We've had a position and a policy about sustainable sourcing for a decade and more now, and we've always been committed to preventing deforestation, preventing exploitation within the heart of sustainable sourcing and value chains. When we relaunched our sustainability ambitions in March of 2021, what we've done is sort of brought that forward, if you like, and it's no longer just about protection. It's also about how we will work and understand better the ecosystem impacts at the heart of value chains, and at the same time support the people, the livelihoods, the communities, if you like, in those value chains. So responsible sourcing covers a range of issues. It is about protecting ecosystems, it is about safe labour conditions, it is about human rights, but it's also now for us much more a forward-looking conversation about how do you make those conditions better and more sustainable for the future. The work we've done with earthworm in the past few years has certainly brought to light the importance of the socio-economic factors for people at the heart of global supply chains. When you think about smallholder palm farmers, oil palm farmers, if they don't have the right livelihood, then the cheapest way that they can increase that is to chop more forest down. So we have to think about their livelihoods and what they take home from those few hectares that they farm. And given that the price of palm oil is a global issue, you can't always influence that directly. So the question is, what can you do elsewhere? And that's where the programme with earthworm has been incredibly helpful. First of all, it's helped us to prevent deforestation. But secondly, it's helped us to think about what the livelihoods for those farmers are in totality and how we can enhance it. Not necessarily by paying more money for palm oil, which is difficult in a global price, but actually thinking about what else can you do in that community? How can you stimulate additional livelihoods? How can you stimulate better productivity? You put all those things together and you start to tackle a socio-economic problem that leads to the environmental problem. And that's what earthworm's connection to communities has been really important for us. And it led from that palm oil conversation into a similar conversation for latex, and ultimately then I think it supported, stimulated, if you like, our new approach with fair rubber, to pay a fair rubber premium to smallholder latex farmers and also to plantation workers on latex. Well, at the heart of a landscape approach is collaboration, and it's about recognising that there are different actors within that landscape, literally and metaphorically, that all have to work together if we're going to prevent deforestation and find ways of regenerating in the future and support the communities at the heart of it, policing the issue when you need to, with government engagement, working with smallholder farmers and plantation owners to strengthen activity and give people reasons to support it. And so for me, that landscape approach is the only practical way to bring everybody together around the table to find a sustainable solution to prevent the problems that we're all aware of, but to create sustainable solutions that will last in the long term going forward. I always think when you think about collaborations, we talk about partnerships, and partnerships will make that collaboration work well. But the thing in a partnership is that everybody has to compromise a little, and lots of people aren't used to that. Businesses especially aren't used to it. We know you've got to compromise to make progress. That's part of our way of working. It's part of our Reckitt values. But it's hard sometimes to make that happen collectively around the table. But we know that if you don't compromise, then you don't make progress. And for that collaboration to work, we all need to make some compromises, but we all need to get enough that works for us individually to allow the collective to go forward. So finding those points of compromise, that's going to be the tricky challenge.